What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Perhaps the most eyebrow-raising little baby bump up in price throughout the weekend, at least to me, wasn't the insane buyouts with the Dragon Maids or what was going on with Phantasmate. We'll get to that in a bit. It actually comes down to World Legacy Guard Dragon, and this doesn't just ring my alarm bells because the safer combo is out there and you've got the ability to play it in Thunder Dragons, which could get hit on the next January list. It actually has more forward thinking towards March and the IB combo being insane with Needlefiber. Needlefiber is definitely a game changer, and I remember when this was released, so many people started saying Needlefiber, or I guess as we should say, Halafibrax. I think it's actually Halafibrax. The Q is silent, if I'm not mistaken. But when we're looking at IB, names aside, this is going to pair relatively well with our boy Needlefiber, and over on eBay it's still a little bit cheaper, but they are selling and selling fast. So I think it's a little more of a rumble throughout the community. The calm before the storm, it's going up just a little bit at a time right now, but if it's going up with the quantities it has, they definitely will be out as we head towards March. So I'd start getting your stuff to do the combo sooner than later. We see LP and Pisty still don't have their reprints, same for World Legacy Guard Dragon, and we haven't seen any Savage Strike reprints, so IB could technically be up for reprint in the March set because we see Signet mining from Dark Neostorm as well within our March dual overload set that is going to have Needlefiber. So I guess Dark Neostorm is even more confirmed than Savage Strike to, have reprints coming, but I do hope we see some Savage Strike reprints as well. At this price point, though, risking versus missing, I would go for this, especially in case Konami's pushing Battles of Legend again behind the WCQ. I hope that it comes before. Now, other things to go with this engine, definitely Romulus. I think this would be the piece that does not get reprinted. People are playing this in current decks, and I would want my copy of this guaranteed. So get this out of everything now. Now, usually I would say use my TCG player link in the description down below, but this video is sponsored by Domain, the trading card game. I want you guys to be aware, thanks to you, specifically my audience, they updated the layout a ton. They updated how the cards looked, how the screen worked, and they've done a ton of work on it. But there's also interesting things to do right now. So if you're broke from Black Friday, Cyber Monday, there's completely free ways to test and play, and you can go in their Discord server, and even if you find glitches within their system, they're going to reward you with in-game currency. But there's a tower mode that very few, I think under 5 people have completed. It's this kind of chess-like combination with card games that really is fun to play. I got my ass beat a few times at it, but I would suggest checking this out. The earlier you get into a community that does eventually cost things to play, I would get in sooner than later and get as many free things as possible on your account. That being said, let's continue today's Market Watch with Masquerade. Now, I featured this yesterday on how insane it is that it's gone up this amount on TCG Player. When we're looking at a $28, $29 card, and it goes up past $33 when it's just 10% off, well, that means people bought a little too much into the hype, especially when it's still available for $30 from a foreign seller on eBay. Now, when I showed these copies, I wasn't saying it's a deal over on eBay. I'm comparing and saying, hey, look, it's still over there. Yet people did rush towards eBay, and yeah, it's towards $33 over here now as well. Now, Masquerade should not be underestimated. It is a short ultra out of Chaos Impact, but the special editions are coming. Copies are going to come on market of the unlimited prints. It's going to be a meeting of demand versus quantity, and we'll see if it goes back down in price or if this kind of follows suit to some of the past examples we've had of one of the extra decks that are insane and continues to try to trek on up. I personally think it's at a pretty good price where it's at despite the raise here, at least on eBay, $33 for an ultra. Even past the unlimited, it could go towards $35, I think, because everything it offers to the game is crazy. Being able to link summon on your opponent's turn, being able to go into that mechanic there, it's really nice. But I also think we'll see Orcus hit, and people get like a little dislightened with this. Just pay attention to the FNL list, pay attention to the market, and pay attention to the quantities if you have extra copies of this somehow. Apollosa, the deals did get taken off the market. I hope you used my TCG player link in the description of previous videos, but it's definitely cool to see Rising Rampage have something of actual value, even if it's shorted, worth a box considering how Rising Rampage just really floundered outside of its prismatics and Apollosa. Like, Gizmek Orochi's actually here, and I have this pulled up later. It didn't even go up during the sale, and it's being so used, and then everything else. We have such potential in the cards, but people just aren't buying into them. Phantasme during the Cyber Monday sale did not go back up. I was actually pretty shocked at this because we saw it go back up to the point of like 100 some odd towards the end of Black Friday, and through Cyber Monday, almost all copies just stayed on market. Nobody was really looking at this anymore. People who wanted them got them, and there's those reprint fears from the March set and Battles of Legend, and that hope that Battles of Legend is ahead of the WCQ. I really do hope we see a reprint of this before the WCQ, or you're going to see prices like never before with double secrets and boxes. Extravagance stayed the same throughout the sales weekends. This was also shocking to me, but it just speaks to how few decks actually run Extravagance within the metagame. Having to sacrifice that extra deck, very few decks can afford to do that, and it seems like the demand versus the sale, people weren't really looking at this one either. People who already wanted it had it. That's the feeling with Gizmek Orochi. If you wanted it, you already had it. And you're playing the deck, it really does seem to be that way. And we have the winter market cooling things off as well. So in combination with that, you can actually expect some of these cards to get cheaper as there's less events and more people get their invites down the road. Orchestrated Return is holding on TCG Player, but quickly falling out on eBay with willing sellers. Actually, one of the lower listed prices, though, did disappear. So where this will land, I'm thinking 15 pretty soon, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But what do you guys think? Do you think, unless there's something on a list that impacts this, since it has no reprint, that Konami, you know, would just leave Orchest alone? Like, I think it has to get hit somewhere, somehow, directly soon. But they left Thunder alone for a long, long time, too, so they could dance around the issue. I just pulled up this page for the memes. If you sponsor my videos, hi, I'm John Moore, 6'9" everywhere for the invoked stuff. We see Mystic Fighters, and the Dragon Maids are super inflated, and I wanted to have this conversation on side sets that are not legendary duels. Historically, we see fallout even when there's success from these sets, but Dragon Maid has Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maids kind of tied to it in a lot of people's hearts, and the waifu tax is the realest thing in the world. This has to fall out at some point. Art cannot keep bad cards afloat. The Mathmechs definitely have the most upward potential within the set, and the Generaids are pretty cool too, with, you see the Boss of Light actually sticking up there. But I think when we look at this entire set, it's gotta be the Mathmechs that eventually end up on top. Witchcrafters, though, show the waifu tax is real, but none of these archetypes really panned out, and we actually have an Infinitrack buyout with Anchor Drill up towards 17 that can mix in with, I believe, both Trains and Mathmechs, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think some people are looking at these for that. I don't buy into any of this. It's all really cool concepts that don't mesh into the meta, and even when you see them mesh in, they do pretty poorly. I wanted to shout this out as a penny stock real quick. People keep asking me for penny stock ideas. When I was looking through the Infinity Chasers, I was like, oh yeah, one day this will be $2. Fist of the Gadgets didn't pan out. Fire Fist or something hyped from the past. Look at the prices. They're going nowhere. What's the difference here? What is, oh, well, hey, Hidden City's $5. But what's the difference between a set like this where nothing is maintaining value versus those? Is it really the grills? And we look over here. Prank Kids 1 OICS topped multiple. Here's the fallout. Not a single card above $3. So is it really that like controls these side sets to stay up like this? This is actually another side set when I bring it up. I didn't even think about that. I literally pulled it up for the meme and, oh wait, Valkyries are kind of waifus. Oh, their updated support was so disappointing, and they fell out. Okay, understandable. Have a nice day. So what is different here? It's just that they're newer, and I think they will fall out over time. But to be fair, the Infinity Chasers have had their time. They've been at lower prices. We've seen Surzeal towards $14. Witchcrafter Creation dipped to 18. And it seems people wait for these, and they wait for the sales, and they actually go for these cards. So what do you guys think? I actually want to hear back from you on how you feel these more recent side sets are going to go, because while they're exciting aspects, they're not going to pan out in the meta. So will the casuals slash the vendors, I suppose, keep these inflated, or will demand speak to sales and will they fall out? Let me know what you think in the description or the comment section down below. And also, you might want to go to the past market watch here because I'm giving away a ghost blue eyes in it. So all you got to do for the next 24 hours is pay attention to what it says in the video to enter that giveaway over on the previous market watch. You can click somewhere around here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I can't believe we're almost to 50k subscribers. It would mean a lot to me if we could hit that before the end of the new year. No pressure, no pressure, but please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the conversations, and I'll have both domains Discord so you can talk to the people down below, as well as the site in the description here. Thanks for watching.